Have you ever wondered, what is fever? Is it an illness or is it a disease? Is it good for our body or bad? What are these drugs which are prescribed by our physicians? How do they act on our body? Let's know all about these in our today's video. Fever is a systemic response to the invading microorganisms. What are these microorganisms and what is the system? The system is our body and the microorganisms are the bacteria, virus, fungi, parasites, etc. For understanding purposes, let's compare our human body to our nation, India, and the microorganisms to the foreign invaders to our nation. So what happened when there was a foreign invasion in our nation? There was a warmth built up in the entire nation. The warmth is comparable to the fever in our body. In our country, our freedom fighters fought for the freedom of our nation. In the similar way, in our body, our immune system fights against the microorganisms. The immune system includes the leukocytes. These are neutrophils, basophils, eosinophils, mast cells, dendritic cells, natural killer cells, and etc. How does this temperature rise? Like in our nation, there was two main reasons for the build-up of the warmth. One, the work of the freedom fighters, their campaigns, their poems, their posters, the newspapers, and the way they instigated others to come out and fight for freedom. And the second was the activities of the foreign invaders. In the similar way, in our body, our immune system releases something called as endogenous pyrogens, and the invading microorganisms release something called as exogenous pyrogens. These pyrogens act on our hypothalamus, and these pyrogens increase the temperature. So, is fever good or bad? Fever is both good and bad. It's good because it lets us know that there is an infection within our body. It also helps us to fight against this infection. When there is raise in the temperature of the body, there is raise in the metabolism. And this raise in the metabolism leads to raise in the cell repair process. The liver and spleen holds on to the iron and zinc, which could have acted as a food to the growth of the microorganisms. It is bad as it drains away all the body resources. It causes dehydration and exhaustion of the electrolyte contents in our body. What are the drugs that your physician gives to you when you go with a fever? They give you two kinds of drugs. One is the paracetamol and the other is the antibiotic. The paracetamol is an antipyretic. It reduces the body temperature, but it doesn't act against the microorganism that is present in your body. And the antibiotics help in killing the microorganisms as well as protecting us from secondary infections. But always remember to complete the course of the antibiotic given to you. Because if you discontinue the course, there is a chance that this microorganism builds up a resistance against the dose of the antibiotic given to you. So the next time you are given with an antibiotic, you will need a higher dose. And just like our army, our immune system has something called as memory cells. And these cells are always ready to fight against any foreign invasion or any infections in the future. And finally, to remember, fever is not an illness. It is a symptom of the infection. And you got to take both the drugs given by the physician to you, the paracetamols and the antibiotics. And you're supposed to complete the course of the antibiotic as prescribed by your physician. That's it for today, guys. Thank you.
Baby, you're electric love. Electric love.